Everyone loves a good venison jerky. Even the most staunch haters of wild game meat can still seem to appreciate a well-executed jerky, and that is what we're going to do in this video today. But instead of using a chemical like liquid smoke to get that classic smoky flavor, we're going to do it the natural way on the smoker. We just harvested a deer this week, so we've got that ready. So fire up your smokers and follow along. I'm Andre, and this is Hunt, Kill, Cook.
Let's begin putting our basic marinade together, which is sugar heavy to improve the flavor and consistency of our final product. Also calling out, we're using curing salt, also known as prog powder number 1, to improve the shelf life. Grab 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, our teaspoon of curing salt, 1 cup of Worcestershire sauce, wash your sister sauce, 1 cup of soy sauce, and last but not least, our honey. Oh. Okay, so let's give it all a swirl to make sure everything gets dissolved, especially the brown sugar. Go ahead and pull the jerky out of the freezer. This just firms it up a little bit to make it easier to slice. Go ahead and leave that there. Time to sharpen up our knives on a honing steel. And now we're going to lay out our pieces that will become jerky. Most of these are just offcuts that were too good to be grind pile, and they were not good enough to be roasts or steaks. Make sure to trim all the silver skin and the fat off. You want these to be as lean as possible. Anything that is white will end up being gristle, and that is not what you want to have on your jerky. Now, begin slicing your jerky into strips that are 1/4 of an inch thick. This isn't a hard and fast rule, just know that you want them all to be consistent so that they cook evenly. Now we're forming a decent sized pile of jerky strips. You can notice I've got 3 piles. One is a scrap, one is going to go into the grind pile, and then the other one is our jerky. Throw that all into a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. And then pour the marinade in. Be careful, don't drop it like I almost did. Zip it up nice and tight. We want to squeeze out as much air as we can. Give it a shake, make sure that all the pieces inside get covered in our marinade. And throw it in the fridge and leave it for 8 to 24 hours.
Our venison jerky has been marinating for almost 24 hours, which means it's time to get it in the smoker. Today we are using the pit barrel cooker, which as you can see is a barrel style smoker, and it's designed to allow you to suspend the meat in the smoke chamber instead of laying it flat on the grate. This is significant because it means we don't need to flip the jerky halfway through the cook. If you are using a different style smoker, that's fine. Just be aware you may need to flip your jerky. So let's get the smoker fired up and get the jerky cooking.
We are using a chimney to light the charcoal for our smoker. Just wad some paper up underneath of there and give it a light, and it should take about 10 to 15 minutes to get hot. While we're waiting, we're going to lay out the strips of jerky on a wire rack over a sheet pan covered with aluminum foil to help with cleanup. The idea here is to drain any excess marinade off of our jerky. Next, we're going to pat down the tops of our jerky with a paper towel to remove any of that excess moisture. Now it's time to skewer up. Grab your wooden skewers and begin to run through each piece. We're looking for about 1 inch or so of separation. We just don't want them right on top of each other. We want proper airflow in the smoker. Now that all of our jerky is ready and our smoker is hot, We can pour the coals into the basket and begin our cook. We've had some chunks of oak sitting in warm water for about 20 minutes, and we're going to put those right on the coals. The water is so that the chunks don't get burnt up too quickly. Now we can begin putting our jerky on the smoker. We want to get as much on as we can, but we also want to make sure that there is enough room for airflow. We want the smoke to properly envelop each piece of jerky. Now we can throw the lid on and go in the house. Ours took about 2 hours at 160 degrees. Just be sure to check it every hour. Okay, now it's time to take it off. As you can see, they are somewhere between just done and a little overdone, and that is exactly where we want it to be. Because we use the pink curing salt, these will be good in a sealed bag for about 6 weeks, though I doubt ours will last that long.
Well, there you have it. We have all of our jerky off the smoker, so let's give it a taste. Oh, it's tender, sweet, peppery, definitely smoky. That is an incredible jerky. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have a comment, leave it. We love to interact with you. You can check out the recipe for this video at huntkillcook.com. Thanks for watching.